We're back out here to the log cabin site, which is, as you've seen twice already, my favorite place to metal detect, so I'm back again. I did find the Liberty quarter, standing Liberty quarter, and then the half-cent last time I was here. So today we won't be focusing around the actual log cabin. We're going to be at the older 1800s home, later 1800s home. As you can see, well, the log cabin site, like I've shown you all a couple times, is here behind me. And there's used to be an 1800s home, and I'll make this quick just to try to get other people that haven't heard it up to speed. There used to be a late 1800s home here that burned to the ground. This bank right here that you can see running through here is natural, and that would have been a flat area to have the house and the yard. People might have came back here and played, but you have to think this log cabin was here when that home was here. So there was two houses, possibly two families. So a lot of interaction going on in this common ground in between the two homes. Last time I was here, I found the house down there by that tree, a maple tree that you can see. And out beyond that power pole that's to the left of it there, probably about 20 yards is where I found that standing Liberty quarter. And it was really, I haven't hunted down there very much, so today that's where we're gonna hunt. I have these Gray Ghost headphones by Detector Pro. One side had quit working, and I actually mailed it in to have them check them. And one of the wires came loose inside there, and they were connecting them back up and set them back. Something that I didn't know, which I should have known, is that these have a lifetime guarantee or warranty. I don't have to check that on a website, but as long as you have your receipt for these when you purchased them, you just pay the shipping, and they'll fix them and send them back to you. Me, I didn't keep my receipt, and I had to pay for the get them fixed, but it's a drop in the bucket for what headphones cost. Today I'm going to be running with the White's V3i with the G-Tech 13-inch coil. I'm going to be doing something slightly different. There is road noise, and I'm sorry about that. I'm making a program called Run Wide Open. This is going to be everything from -95 to +95 that's going to be accepted. From -15 down to -95, I'm not going to hear it, but I'm going to see it. I'm going to run it like normal with RX gain of between 10 and 13. My sensitivity is going to be anywhere from 88 to 92. These are just ranges that I found over the usage of my machine in my area that work best for me. Probably 7.5 band pass. There is EMI down there. Just the tone I'm getting. You can see that's a 90. It's real loud, so you can probably hear my headphones right now since there's not a lot of traffic. And I'm off the ground about 1.5 inches. So that depth of 4 inches still keeps it a little bit, shallow, although that's not a 95. Usually when I get 95s, and let me pinpoint this again, right there. I get 95s. It's usually like 94, 95, it's real hot, and then say you're swinging like this, and then you rotate around the target and swing another way, you'll start hear it cracking and popping a little bit. This one's not doing that. If it does do that, it's usually just a big piece of iron. A lot of times it just sounds too sweet to me. Even though I'm hearing the cracking and popping, I'll dig it anyway, just to make sure, because the best discrimination you have is to always dig. It does become annoying sometimes, but do it when you can. But this one's just real solid, it's real loud, it's not that deep. It is a 90, and it's not a 93, 94, 95, and wrapping or back around to the low end and giving you a little bit of red on the -94, -95. So if you get that, as I'm describing right now, that's usually a piece of iron, big, flat, might not be deep, it could be deep, it could be a square nail. Square nails, for some reason, especially for me at least, with my sensitivity set high, they sound like coins. But we're gonna dig this and see what we get. See why the metal detector likes this. Let's take a look at it together. I might not be able to ID it, but you all might be able to. Somewhat interesting. Looks like it's been damaged some. Here's what we have. Get that focus for you. Well, you have that in the middle. There is a set screw that went in on that side. It's belled out. And I'm not sure what that is. It's got a green tone to it. I think it's going to end up being brass. I'm not sure. So, if you know what that is, let me know. With this target, paying attention that it was 88, 90, maybe 91, real responsive, it was real loud. I mean, this thing's real heavy in weight. There's a lot of metal content here. Nice circle that gives a cow getting angry back there. That's what you just heard. He's in the dairy barn. But circle, which is metal detectors love, and so they, you know, this isn't a piece of iron. So at that dig right there is something just kind of note. There wasn't any cracking and popping. It was real solid. And I know I didn't turn 90 on it, but I'm sure if I turned 90 on something like this, it would have responded the same. So size was nice. You know, that's pretty much the size of a silver dollar. It's not a silver dollar though, but maybe next time. If it's a big piece of iron, I'm going to show you how it reacts. Hopefully you can hear my headphones. See that red that's on the left? Even though it looks like an awesome target up there at 85s, and then you get a little bit of red. See it? It's just barely. But if you pinpoint, I'm pulling the pinpoint trigger right now. There's nothing there. But if I go this way slightly, there's a target going in that direction. If I go this way a little bit, see it start building? So if I'm in the middle, right where that target is, it's getting them 80s, and you know, it's 10 inches deep. Looks like a real deep, you know, Drake bust something in the ground. Just an awesome coin, but it's not. There's no, if I pinpoint, there's nothing there. But if I go this way, great big target. If I go this way, there's a huge target. You can hear my headphones, and it's just that halo coming off of that big target I'm suspecting here, and a little bit of whatever's over here. It's a combination target, and just bouncing off this great big target right here, only in that spot. Not so much here, not so much over here. You know, I'm still kind of hitting it because it's getting too close to my camera stand, but it'll just do it right there. So a lot of people go, I get an awesome target and I dig forever and I never find it. Well, there's nothing there. I'm gonna pinpoint, I'll get right over top of it. It's a little deeper, and being deeper, 6 inches is great for a low conductor. So it's reading 38, 18. I saw some 40s in there at one time. It's a little low, but I want to dig it. Right about there. Let's get down in there. Well, here's what I got. I'm not sure what that is. It might be something to hang a lantern with, but looks maybe to be copper. I don't think it's copper though. It's a wire. You can tell that that end used to be over here the same. Then it broke off and fell in the yard, and that's why we just found it. Break the MX Sport out. I have the 7-inch D-Tech coil on there. It's a pretty awesome little coil. I've done a lot of testing with it, and man, it's a sweet little coil. Switch her down to actually coin and jewelry, which I already did. And my sensitivity's up. I'm discriminating up to +5. Make sure you can see that there. And I fight glare out here a lot, I'm sorry. And that's about it. I'm gonna get ground balance and get moving. Sensitivity, I really don't have anything out. I hunt in 20 mode, and I do have headphones on. Something I did to my machine was, usually you got your headphones that come out here. I did take that across the bottom, and I put a Velcro strap there and a Velcro strap here and one there, and then fed it out the bottom. So this gets my cord away from where I'm cutting the hole or cutting the plug. When I had it coming out here, a lot of times since I'm right-handed, I'm positioned left of my machine when I go down to dig, and sometimes my cord's right where I'm digging. So I just did that. It's comfortable. You know, my hand, when I do this, I can wrap my hand around this and my thumb comes around on my fingers, and it really can't even tell that cable's there. It doesn't really get disturbed and works out well. Just something to think about. Right there, 3.5 inches. And you see the numbers, 7072. I'm just gonna say, just as it's saying, a copper penny. So let's see what it is. Here's our coin. See what that is. Looks like just an old Lincoln penny, but it was reading really high, so I have faith that it's a copper penny of the, hopefully, doesn't feel like an Indian, but wheat cent. There you go. Got 1 cent there. You can read it on the back. Obviously, you can tell it's a wheat cent. And if you can see that there, mess with the focus. Didn't really help. 1945. I'll tell you why I'm switching to a small coil. On that big 13-inch coil, I may be hitting 2 or 3 targets at the same time, getting a combination V3i.
So if I have a silver coin down there, a square nail, and say a pull tab, that number's not one of those targets, it's all three combined. And if that silver is down there and it's all combined together, I'm missing it totally. Depending on my approach, if I'm swinging coming in one direction or the other, there's a chance I might hear it, just for a little tiny blip. But after examination, you might pass it up just because you're getting a 32 or just an odd number that you wouldn't dig thinking it was a nice smooth 83. But this one being so small, once that blade gets down in the ground, being this is a DD, it's a blade that works like this. I'm sweeping back and forth, and I'm going to be able to get in between. Hopefully there's not a nail and other items just piled in with that silver coin or whatever coin or target of interest that I can actually get with this.
74, 78, I'm pinpointing now. I can barely hear that thing. As you can tell on this meter here, see how that's just a little blip down there at the bottom, indicating the depth. And then we're also getting the depth reading. That is down in there. But that is a nice, consistent, good sounding target. I'm gonna dig that. Might take me a little bit since it's halfway to China. Well, this is what I ended up with. It's another one of them darned all square nails. You can see the shaft of it right there. Just in that part, this is all corrosion that's built up on it. But that's all it was. That's pretty deep, maybe, like it said, 8 to 10 inches. Nice consistent 72. Right about there, 3 inches, not terribly deep, but we don't need a whole lot. This ground seems to be pretty old. Oh, there it is. Fell right out the bottom. Let's take a look at it. Oh no, it's only a 1980. You should be able to see that. It's right about there at 3.5 inches. Real nice responsive target. There it is. Huh. It's a big old cog of some kind. Still hooked to the wheel. So that's what we got on that one. It's one of them could be anything targets. It's in the mid 40s. There it is at 4.5 inches. A lot of stuff down in here, so it's probably trash. Well, maybe it's not trash. It's something. There's that. It's in pretty bad shape. Flip it over, take a look at it. You might be able to pick something out on that. I'm maybe thinking 47, 43, somewhere in the 1940s, I think. 2.5 inches and 62, 65. Terrible. It's a modern penny. I can tell by how chewed up it is. Just destroyed. It's just Lincoln cent. You can see it's all ate up on the sides there. Yeah, at least it was a penny. Pinpoints right there at 4.5. It's getting out of the middle. Somewhere in here. Yeah, it's in this. Let's look at it together. Let's see something there. Not looking good, is it? See it? Oh, that's terrible. Aluminum siding. It's about the worst. It's right about there at 4.5. Reading a 70. Huh, there it is. Here's what we have with scar and all. You can see it says on send, so I'm assuming that's a 1 cent. And you can maybe make out Mr. Lincoln, but we're not going to raise a date on that one. I actually lost this camera stand the whole time I've been here today. I brought it with the intention to get some close-ups like this. And I just found it somehow, luckily. So here we go. Still there. I think I feel something. Hopefully that's not it. Think that's it? I hope not. It is. Ta-da! Lots of melted stuff on farms. Cabin's back there behind them big blue silos, if you can see that. They came back down here because I haven't ever given enough attention to the well house. This well house has always been here, and obviously the reason why these houses are here. You know, the thing's got a sandstone foundation, which is great. Puts it back in there. There's an old wall back in there underneath all that Virginia creeper and poison ivy, which I'm probably not going to visit that area. Still running water in it. Come over here and take a look. You can see there that there's a nice run of water coming out of there even to this day. So, you know, it's nice and hot, somewhat dry out. The ground's not real moist and hasn't rained in a while. So it's just running like really good water supply. So I'm gonna give this a little bit more attention with what energy I do have left through all this heat. I'm getting a little bit wore out. But give it a few minutes, see what we can find. Here's our dig at the well house. I have not found anything, and then I stumbled across this. 45, 69, 79, sometimes hitting the 80 mark, which is much better than 15 and below what I've been getting. Whatever it is right there, and I'm starting to see a little bit of iron. I don't know. Old screwdriver maybe. Well, I'll tell you, I'm pretty beat. It's hot, so I'm gonna go home. Save it for another day. I don't know if I'll come back here again. I've been here many, many times. Not finding a lot now, but the odd thing is I'm still finding stuff where I'm pretty sure the last time I was out here, there is nothing there. So I'll say it again. There's nothing there. But I'm sure I'll be back, and I'm sure I'll find more. But as equipment gets better and as I get better, skills and stuff like that, patience. A lot of times when I go to places to metal detect, it's a lot of how you feel in your mind that day, positive attitude. Take the time, you're not in a rush. You don't have to be somewhere in 2 hours, you're always checking your watch. So, it makes a big difference. I notice a lot whenever it rains. You know, I know it's easier to dig, but it seems like my metal detectors pick up a lot better when there's, you know, fluid content or, you know, there's moisture in the ground. Middle of summer when it all dries up, which we're about to be heading into, in July and August, I have a really hard time metal detecting, but I'm gonna try to get in some creeks and things. You know, try out my MX Sport. He excels in that department over the V3i, and I'm trying to get better with the MX Sport. Learned a lot of stuff. I do know I like that little 7-inch coil. It's a pretty nice little piece of equipment to have. You know, not every time I come out I'm gonna find a bunch of treasure. I'm gonna start showing all the trash I pull out of the ground so everybody can see the great big mound of stuff I dig and the little bitty part that's the keepers. That I, you know, generally everybody always shows the keepers, but I like to, you know, put the sense of reality of metal detecting into my videos. You're gonna find a lot of trash. You know, there's not always a pot of gold at every site you go to. Not always a bunch of silver coins and necklaces and rings. You gotta learn to like everything you pull out of the ground, even if it is an old belt buckle or a suspender piece, or, you know, it could just be an old lipstick tube. It's all still really neat stuff. It's from a different time. You tell a lot of history and a lot of things about the people that used to live at the places you go metal detecting. So it makes it a lot of fun. So, until next time, thanks for watching.